Hello everyone. As I sat here in the sun, I thought, what could be a useful video for today? I'm thinking, actually, revision is something that you'll be doing over the summer. It's something that a load of you will be doing throughout the year, hopefully regularly. So I thought I'd give you my top 5, ranked in order, ways of revising. So in 5th is probably the least effective one, and also, depressingly, the one that people do most regularly. So in 5th, it's reading and then writing, making notes. Now that is fine. If you read and make notes, it does go into your brain. You do start to remember things, but it's not the best. First of all, it's all just stuff you've done before. So it's stuff that you've already written and read before. So therefore, if you remembered it the first time, you wouldn't have to do it again, would you? It's also quite time consuming. So it's not the most effective, that you could use your time better is what I'm saying. In 4th, I would say is mind maps. Now there's a reason why we do get them out at school, because they are quite a useful summary. You know those A3 mind maps at school? Well basically they are an entire unit in one place. Lots of different boxes, lots of different questions, and a way of summarising a lot of information in one big page. Think about this, in lessons we teach units 14, 15 lessons long. That's quite a lot to fit on one page, but we somehow manage it. Therefore, the only reason why it's number 4, mind maps, is because you can miss out some details. You're never going to get a 9-marker plan in a mind map. It's just for key information, key facts, key stats. Number 3 is one that isn't tried enough, and one that I do at university myself. So when I was at university, I hate the sound of my own voice. But what I used to do is record things, record myself saying things, record me, saying things about Typhoon Haiyan, for example, me saying things about an earthquake, me saying things about volcanic hazards. When you record yourself saying them and listen to them back, you start to remember it. The more you do it, the better you get. There's a reason why if you listen to the words of a song in the shower or when you're at home, the words of a song eventually go into your head because you listen to it so many times, and that repetition is quite key. Also, listening to things, listening to yourself on record, is something you can do very, very easily. You can do it while you're just sat having dinner. You can do it while you're sat on the computer. It doesn't take much effort, and it is actually quite effective. Number 2 is flashcards. Now flashcards are very effective, and the reason why teachers up and down the country say that they're worth using is because you condense that information into small cards like mind maps, but this time you can actually test yourself from memory. So you can, for example, have Typhoon Haiyan, effects, primary effects. On the back you list them, then see how many you can remember. And the idea here is that if you go through revision cards and you aren't sure about something, you can turn over, read the answer, and then try again. And eventually, in theory, you'll eventually get the whole lot. You'll eventually get everything from the topic eventually, because you've done it multiple times. There's areas of stuff that you may find very difficult. There's areas of stuff that you might find quite easy. But over time, if you keep repeating it, you'll get it. So flashcards are very useful, especially for case studies. I definitely recommend using flashcards for your case studies. Like key facts, key dates, things like that. On one side, what date was the Somerset floods? On the other side, you'd have the answer. And hopefully over time, you'd be able to remember that without having to look at the answer. And number 1, by a country mile, the best way to revise geography GCSE is, drumroll please, practicing exam questions and answers. Obviously, you're going to be tested in an exam format. The best thing you can do is do some practice exam questions. If you go through the past papers, if you generate your own multiple choice quiz questions, if you generate your own 4-marker, 6-marker, 9-marker, you then practice them. You then mark them against the mark scheme, or get your teacher to mark them, and then see how you got on, and then do it again. You will get better at 6 markers, 9 markers, 4 markers. You'll get better at retaining that knowledge, and ultimately your answers will improve. No one's ever done one 9 marker in their life and got 9 out of 9. They just left it there. You know, the first 9 markers I marked from you guys were a mixed bunch. But over time, you get better. You see what you did wrong. You see what you missed out. You see what you could have included. For example, doing a 9 marker and then looking at the mark scheme and then maybe highlighting or adding in different colour bits to improve your mark, bits that make it get a 9 out of 9. So next time, you will get a 9 out of 9. Again, very useful to remember your stuff for your case studies. So the best way to revise Geography GCSE, along with flashcards and mind maps and recording yourself, I would say, is going onto the AQA website, finding past papers, finding past questions, writing answers to them in time conditions as well. That's important to practice because a lot of you ran out of time in the mocks. And then finding out your answers using the mark schemes. They're all available, they're all there. You can see how you get on. Hope that was useful for you. Keep up the revising, guys, you're doing really well. See you soon.